Stick your TARDIS next door, mate. Let's go.
Everyone gets a cut. The Russians, the Puerto Ricans, the Hebrews.
Matt, huge congrats on Caught Stealing. This film taught me one very important lesson.
Go.
You never know what you're going to find in cat poo.
Yeah, ain't that the truth,
You
mate?
never know.
I know. It's so very true. Yeah. Note to self: be very aware of the neighbour's cat poo.
Well, who would make the better cat parent out of you, Austin and Zoe?
Well, that's a very. I mean, I think Zoe has a cat, so technically her, because Austin doesn't have a cat and I have a dog. So I'm going to say Zoe because by definition she has a cat. But I will say this: every living creature on the planet, fish, fowl, human or otherwise, loves Austin Butler. I love him, so I'm sure he would make a glorious cat parent. And I would, because I just love animals. But I've got my dog, and my dog would just terrorise him. So, you know, I'll give it to a split between Austin and Zoe.
It's a very fair answer.
Yeah.
The hair.
Yes.
It would be a crime if we didn't talk about it.
It'd be a crime if you didn't talk about your hair, actually. Your hair's pretty great.
Well, I don't think there's a hairstyle you can't pull off.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'd like to see you with the curls, actually, next.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one day you never know. Maybe I'm going there next.
But what's been one of your favourite transformations for a role? Because this one is up there.
This is pretty up there, man. I think physically, probably this, I would say, really, because it was so extreme. And also I had to live with like lime green and red and orange hair in my life, and I used to have to braid it, because otherwise it would just flap around and I'd look nuts. But also it's just the whole aesthetic and the whole idea and the whole of, you know, the attitude that you adopt being a punk, I really sort of got on board with. So I'd say this, actually.
I'm actually a bit disappointed you've not got it today.
I know, I mean, I had to, mate. It got to the point, I mean, I kept it for like 3-4 months after, and then all my mates were like, man, this Smithy, that don't look very good, bro. You gotta get it.
It's gotta go.
Yeah. I was like, well, I thought it looked all right.
Austin mimicking you in this.
Yeah.
So good. Did you teach him any, like, British phrases?
I left him a voice note, actually, which I think one of the lines actually made it into the film he was saying. But yeah, we talked sort of briefly about, you know, talking in that sort of accent. But he's so skilled and adept, and, you know, he could do anything really. But yeah, we sort of had a brief conversation about it. Nothing too major, though.
He was saying that he loves lovely jubbly.
Brilliant. I think, oh yeah, he's a nice guy, isn't he?
And then he was intrigued by the word button.
Button?
He really likes the way that British people say
Well, you got a
word
nice button on you. I suppose it's button.
Button.
Hey, dog, that's a nice button.
I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs.
To put it politely, your character is the neighbour from hell in this.
Yeah.
Out of all of the characters you've played, who would you choose to live next door to, and who would you avoid?
Oh, man, I want to live next to the Doctor, man. Come on, stick your TARDIS next door, mate. Let's go. Definitely the Doctor, hands down. Who would I avoid? Charles Manson.
That would not be fun.
Don't fancy living next door to him. He's a loon, isn't he?
So what happens to me?
You're
The music in this film is insane.
Yeah,
Did you have, like, a playlist for your character?
I listened to a lot of music actually out there. It varied. I listened to anything from like Kanye to Oasis to lots of classical music to loads of weird pop songs at the time to the 80s. It was quite an eclectic. It wasn't like I was listening to just pop tunes, just punk tunes. But it was great. What I did do is I listened to music a lot and just bowled through the city of New York and walked around like a punk with a skinhead. It was cool.
How helpful do you find music in, like, getting into character?
Really helpful. It's something I love. And it can be on the day, or it can be, well, you know, because it allows you to kind of switch your mind off a bit. And then, I don't know if it's like this with your job, but like, sometimes the best ideas occur when you're not really trying to think about it. You know, you might be chopping the carrots or whatever it is, and you go, oh, it could be this, or he could wear this. And I think music sort of lends itself to that. But yeah, I listen to music a lot, but also just in life. Do you know what I mean? I like being transported into my imagination somewhere.
Oh yeah, I rarely have a silent moment. I
Really?
constantly play music.
Really? And also it's nice in London, isn't it?
Hey, is Russ home? Who are you?
What's the big man?
All Austin's character ever dreamt of was becoming a baseball player.
Yeah.
And you're obviously living out your dream, I imagine, as an actor.
Right, yeah.
When did you realise that you wanted to do this as a job?
Good question. I was about, well, I had a really good teacher when I was doing my GCSEs called Mr. Hardingham, and he was convinced I should be an actor, and really I was a bit reluctant to do so, but he really encouraged me into that. And so I think fundamentally about sort of really, like about 18 or 19 was when I went, oh, I think this is where I'm going to go with it. And then 2021, I was like, yeah, this is definitely what I'm going to do. And here we are. Here we are.
Shout out Mr. Hardingham.
Mr. Hardingham's a bad boy. Respect.
What's your advice for anyone who's like struggling in living their dream and they almost want to give up?
Well, look, you know, life's tough. It sort of depends on your circumstances. But I think sometimes in life, if you want to give up and you feel you've been knocked down, it's not about the disappointment, it's about how you react thereafter. And if you can get up, dust yourself off, keep going, keep punching, you know, just don't give up, man, because otherwise, you know, it's a tough road to get to anywhere, I think, especially if it's something you really want to do and it is your dream. But just give it a good go. Don't give up. And when you get knocked down, get back up, dust yourself off, and get back on the horse.
The perfect way to end.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
What a pleasure
Such
to
a
meet you.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Have a lovely day.